we commissioned these floats 3 years ago as part of the Cultural Development Fund project, The Arches. What's really great about them is that they come out year after year, and we work with different groups year on year to decorate them and make them relative to the groups we're working with. So it's a really good way to think about sustainability within the context of the carnival.
Hello, I'm Sarah Edwards and I'm a full-time artist, often working in the community. I have had the pleasure of working with the Joy Group, creating a giant cardboard phoenix.
We're Joy, which stands for Your Own Journey Backwards. We're a women's group, we support women in the community, their self-esteem, minor mental health issues. We do art, craft. What else do we do? Mental health courses, some cookery, all sorts of stuff. And the idea is we work as a group, help support each other, and get women back to where they want to be.
So, like any collaborative project, it's been made in parts. So the tricky bit was then to get everything together so it fits and actually makes a piece of work. Because until today we didn't really know what it was going to look like. So
fabulous, because the women never realise how creative they are until they do a project like this, and working with these fabulous arts and crafts people, it really gives them confidence. They get a great sense of achievement and produce something beautiful. It's fabulous. It's been really, really good.
I love stuff like this because I love working with people. I love working with different groups. I love the impact that it has on people's lives and the kind of meditative therapy that art can bring to people just to sit and create something. They really enjoyed it. They really enjoyed having time to themselves to make something together as a group, and something that they feel symbolises them and maybe things that they've been through. And it's a triumphant sort of mark of, hey, look what we can do. And they've done really, really well. It's beautiful.
So this year, in addition to the floats, we ran a competition to create some new flags that have been in the Carnival Village. The message was all around sustainability and environment and how we can create a more sustainable future for our young people. So we ran a competition, and then we've selected 4 flags. The designs are being printed onto large-scale flags. They're out on the village to be seen by everyone, and year on year we'll keep adding new flags to it until we've got a whole village full of them.
My name is Mark Riley. I'm a community artist, and I worked with Kensington Primary School. It's a small school, rural school, quite a strong creative ethos in the school as well. That was great working there with that. You've got their ideas, which you then have to translate into carnival float, the imagery as well, but within budget, within the time frame, but also using materials which is weatherproof and nice and bright for the carnival, but also as much as you can using recycled materials as well. So that whole sort of process is quite a challenge. Although I've been involved slightly in things like lantern parades and stuff before, involving in carnival arts is something that I'm getting more into through Worcester Carnival. So that impact on me is actually getting to know how to work with materials and making sure that what I produce at the end is still faithful to the original ideas, but actually is suitable for a carnival and the scale of the carnival as well. Because they were all involved, so every child in the school had to have a role in doing it. So they've all had a little bit to do within making the float. For some of them, it's a bit more personal, because some of the children's designs were used directly to create carnival puppets and the part of the float. So for them to see their ideas large scale in 3D, I think was quite good. But also, it's a different way of working for them too. working with different types of materials in different ways. So hopefully for the staff as well, they have time too.
I'm Yasmin Aguila. I am a visual artist based in Worcester.
So I'm Sarah Khan and I'm the Centre Director of Enable Therapeutic Learning Provision for young people who are aged 11 to 25 who can't manage mainstream education.
We're asking young people to spend time creating things that are silly and fun to be seen by a public audience, and they were all really into it, and we had boxes and boxes of stuff. I mean, you can see how busy the float is, how enthusiastic they were.
So a lot of our young people come to us because they struggle with the school environment. So with the mainstream schools being so big, a lot of our young people have got additional needs. So whether they've got special educational needs or whether they're from a trauma background, or if they've got severe anxiety, which has sometimes been the onset from COVID, the knock-on effect that we're seeing now in society, we then have the young people that struggle in mainstream education. So if they can't attend school, they refuse to attend school, or the schools aren't managing their behaviour or aren't coping with them in school, or the local authority that have many young people who aren't on roll at the moment, they will all get signposted to us. And then we do the best we can with them. We offer them a therapeutic learning environment where connection is key with all the staff there. The lessons are very different. It's tailored very much towards their needs to take into consideration anybody with autism, ADHD, PDA and anything else that comes with it. And then we see fantastic results from our young people, not only building relationships with them, but fantastic results in terms of education and what they're achieving with us, because the environment suits them.
Each year, the buzz of being part of a community event, something that is in the diary every year, something that's a go-to, where we can see all of the young people, old people, people from lots of different ethnic groups, lots of different ages, genders, sexuality being involved in one community project is brilliant. So we need more of this in the city.
It's been really nice to have a focus and to have a goal, because a lot of our art lessons are predominantly sort of around child-led. They'll come in with their own ideas, or they'll sort of be given an option of something they can do, but they may not be keen to do it so much. But this has been a project that quite a few people have been working towards, and I think working together for something that is then on show is really fantastic. They've done an amazing job. It looks amazing. It looks incredible what they've built. Yaz has done a fantastic job bringing them all together.
I love that they've had a goal, because usually when we make things in class, we're doing it just for the joy, for the therapy of it, but there's an actual outcome, a physical outcome that will be seen by public.
But the problem is, when we asked them to walk with us during the carnival, their anxiety and their needs were too great to deal with the heat, to deal with the crowds, to deal with the noise. So we thought we weren't going to have any students with us today, apart from one that had agreed to pull the cart. But it looks like we've ended up with a little group that just turned up here. So that's really nice. So I'm hoping they're going to walk with us for the parade, and then we'll see how it goes.